Welcome, friends. This is Janine Pettit, founder of Girl Camper, editor-in-chief of Girl Camper Magazine. I'm here with my sidekick, Lesa,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
VP of Girl Camper up there in Custer, South Dakota. But today we are talking about Girl Camper holiday traditions, and our guides are going to share with you some of their favorite traditions, and maybe there's something you want to put on your calendar. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everyone. I am so excited to be doing this episode of the Girl Camper podcast. It's so much fun. I asked all the guides what were some holiday traditions that they do each year, and we had several of them that submitted their videos. So it's going to be really fun to show you what some of the things that our guides do. But Janine, do you have a certain holiday tradition that you guys do every year?
You know, we have so many of them. I don't even know how to pick one, but I'll just name a couple of quick ones. Every year when the kids were little, we always gave them an ornament that had something to do with that year of their life. And when I hang them on the tree now, and I see the computer ornament and the Chinese food takeout carton and the snowman, because my son was in this epic snowman phase one year. I love seeing all those ornaments because they tie back to a memory. And believe it or not, I still have them up. This is not my real tree this year. This is the grandma on the go tree. I stuck up this little artificial tree this year, and it's full of ornaments the grandkids can't break. There's nothing breakable on there. So this is the first time I haven't had with a 1-year-old and 2-year-old. You can't do it. But it is so fun to put the tree up every year and just kind of, oh, that's the year Monique was in ballet. Oh, that's the year Georgia won the scholarship. So that's always been really fun. Another thing we always did with the kids growing up is every year I would give them Christmas pajamas. So I would get them Christmas pajamas. That's a huge thing now, but it wasn't a thing when we were raising our kids. So usually planned, but and then I would wash them and have them all ready. So when they opened them on Christmas Eve, they were ready to be put on. And then their dad always read them. 'Twas the night before Christmas on Christmas Eve. So some fun things, and they're fun to look back on now.
Oh, very cute.
What about
That's so
you?
cool. So for us, we don't have a lot of them traditions because when we don't have any children
Mhm.
and I don't have a lot of family left. My parents are all gone, and my brother is actually a Catholic priest. So I don't
It's
see him
busy
on Christmas.
season.
Yeah, he's busy.
Yeah.
So
But what about
the,
growing up as a kid? What did your mom and dad do?
we didn't really have a
Yeah.
lot of traditions, which was kind of cool in a way because, we did different things, it seemed like every year. But a tradition that I started, well, I shouldn't say I started, my best friend started
Mhm.
with me several years ago was our gift giving with each other. And I really like it. So it made our gifts have purpose.
Mhm.
And it goes like this. We give each other four things, and it has to be one thing has to be something that we need, something that we want, something to read, and something to wear.
Okay.
So
I like that.
it's really fun because we love giving each other something. The something to read can be totally different. This year she got a charcuterie cookbook,
Mhm.
and the something that she needed went along with that, which was a little like snackle
Or
box.
food. Oh, yeah, yeah, Snapple box, yeah.
The snackle
Yeah.
box. Her something to wear. I got us each matching sweatshirts that are travel inspired and say, "You'll never know until you go."
Oh,
And
I
I
like
also got her
that.
some lipstick because she's never had a MAC cosmetic lipsticks.
Okay.
Or I got her some of that. And the something that she needs, she's getting a bottle of Angel's Envy bourbon.
I need that. Lisa, I need that. Now, you know what I need from you? The chocolate from your store in town. I
Oh, yeah, there's that.
I
But another thing that my husband and we've done the last several years is we teach skiing. And Christmas Day, we usually sign up to go teach ski lessons on Christmas Day so that
that's fun.
it is fun for us. And it's usually a very busy day.
Mhm.
And it allows a lot of the other instructors who would rather be home with their families to be able to do that. So we do
Oh,
enjoy.
yeah. When my son was single, he used to always take the Christmas shift at work. So, people with small kids could, be home with them, So, well, I talked in the newsletter this week about girl camper in the Christmas community. It just feels like we live in a world now, like this 1950s, 60s, 70s world I grew up where everybody had their Rothschild coats and went over to grandma's house, and every aunt and uncle and cousin was over there. And, families are so spread out now, and
Mhm.
families are separated. And there's so many people for whom the holidays turn into a sad thing. I refuse to let that happen. I just refuse to. For me, because I am Christian, this holiday is about the birth of a savior. So for me, you kind of can't bring it down. But like for the rest of the world that takes a more secular view is like a family gathering and just an opportunity to be together. Uh, I just think you gotta kind of make your own life traditions, holidays, magic happen. I want to just encourage people to say that if it's not what you think it's going to be, call up a girlfriend. My friend used to call me all the time and say, "Who's coming to the Pettit's Isle of Misfits?" Because that's from the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm
Mhm.
not calling people misfits, everybody. But in the cartoon, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, all the broken toys and the people who didn't fit in were on the island of misfits, and Rudolph and Santa came and got him and brought him in, right? And I used to invite everybody who didn't have anybody to do Christmas with them. And I don't know that my kids love that so much, but to me, that's what the season was about. So if you find yourself like in a situation that's different from last year, call up a friend, go find somebody who doesn't have someone to spend Christmas, make it a happy Christmas for someone else, and you will be happy yourself. Or go skiing.
Over skiing. Or skiing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
So before we show you some of our guide Christmas traditions, we're going to take a quick break for one of our sponsors, Go RVing.
My favorite video.
What does it mean to camp like a girl?
It means charting your own course,
It means following your passions
It means building your circle.
sharing experiences.
and making memories that will last a lifetime.
It means conquering obstacles.
Finding your freedom.
And learning that so much more is out there for you to discover.
So, what does it mean to camp like a girl? Well, that's for you to decide.
Because behind every great trip plan is a woman. Start your adventure today at GoRVing.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you, Go RVing, for being such a good sponsor of Girl Camper. We really appreciate you. And I know that holiday traditions are so important to Go RVing, especially Monica Geraci, who's with Go RVing. Oh my God, talking to Monica and some of the traditions that they do, it's amazing. And I told her, I said,
She's an elf.
she is an elf, and I want to live down by her because she is like the party planner.
You want to be invited to a Monica party.
You do. Definitely do. So yeah, our first guide is Jess Nessler, our Wisconsin guide. So let's hear what Jess's holiday tradition is.
Merry Christmas. My name is Jess Nessler. I'm your Girl Camper Wisconsin guide here today to talk to you about my Christmas tradition. So we're going to talk today about a tradition that dates back to the 19th century. And this has been going back for generations of mine. And it's a very common German tradition, and that is the Christmas pickle. So the pickle, basically the tradition is that you hang the pickle somewhere on the tree. And typically it's in a more hidden spot to make it a little more challenging. So when you hang this pickle, those who come over and find the pickle receive a little gift, whether it be for a child, so a small toy, or my personal favorite are the cherry-covered German chocolates. They are the best. Other than that, if you're an adult, we will give you Glühwein, which is a German mulled wine that you heat up. Excellent stuff. So today, you guys are actually going to help me hide the pickle. And I'm thinking this year I'm going to keep it kind of easy because I want to share the joy. And I'm thinking I found the perfect spot. So thank you guys so much for participating with me in my German pickle tradition. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Bye.
I love Jess's tradition of the Christmas pickle. I have never heard of that one before.
Believe it or not, I knew that because our neighbor's last name was Dill. And their whole tree was full of dill pickles. And I'm like, how did you get dill pickles on the tree? And they told me about this tradition.
Oh, it's fun. I love that. And then everybody gets a little present that finds the pickle. So our next guide is our Alabama guide, Shari Sullivan. Let's hear what she has to say.
Love Sherry.
Hey y'all, I'm Shari Sullivan, the Girl Camper Guide for the state of Alabama, and I wanted to share with you one of my favorite Christmas traditions that I have been observing for as long as I can remember. Anyway, as long as I can remember in my adult life. I love the movie White Christmas with Bing Crosby. It's my favorite Christmas movie. I love all the songs. I love all the costumes and the outfits and dresses and the scenery, and I love the storyline. And it is not Christmas to me until I have watched White Christmas. I usually watch it while I'm decorating my tree, which is right here. I use a collection of vintage Christmas ornaments, shiny brights, mostly a lot of ornaments that are made in Germany or the US. And I have a really large collection of those. I used to have multiple trees in a large house when I lived in past homes, but now I live in a pretty tiny little house. And so I just have my one tree. So I rotate the ornaments around each year and use different ones so that they all get to come out at Christmas time. But I truly love the movie White Christmas, and it's been a tradition for me. My mom and I watched it when she lived with me. My kids and I watched it. My family watched it. And it's just one of those things that unless I see that movie, it's not Christmas time to me. So if you haven't watched it, I hope that you will do a little search for it and watch it. And maybe you'll enjoy it as much as I do. But no matter what your Christmas traditions are, I hope you enjoy them to the fullest and have a wonderful and Merry Christmas from us here in sunny Alabama.
She's got my dream tree. I love a tree like that. And I normally, that looks like a real tree, but I collect all the shiny brights and everything too. And I do love that movie so much. I've already watched it this year. Yeah, I already watched it. It's the 20th. We're recording this on the 20th. I watched it around the 10th. I watched it early this year. I love that movie.
Our family movie is The Christmas Story. I think I can pretty much recite every line from A Christmas
My
Story.
dad's favorite. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the Pettit family favorite was It's a Wonderful Life. My husband and I used to watch that every year after the kids went to bed on Christmas Eve while we were wrapping all the last minute stuff.
So our next one is from Theresa Leppert, our Girl Camper Guide manager and the Girl Camper Guide for Iowa. Let's hear about Teresa's traditions.
Hey, girl campers, Theresa Leppert here from Iowa. I'm the Iowa guide and also the guide manager from the executive team. Wanted to tell you about one of our family traditions. Christmas Santa gifts, Christmas morning gifts were never wrapped in my house. And I just remember as a child thinking, I really wish I could like rip open the presents like they do on TV. So when my daughter came, when I was an adult, I decided she was going to have actually wrapped presents. So I deviated from our family tradition and it almost bit me in the you-know-where. She was about 3.5 and she was in the middle of opening her Santa gifts and she turns to me and puts her hands on her hips and says, Mommy, why are my Santa gifts wrapped in the same paper as the ones you gave me last night? And I know I look like a deer in the headlights, but I said, you know, Santa has a lot of gifts. I bet he ran out of wrapping paper and there's that roll over there in the corner. So he just borrowed some from Mommy. That's why they're out wrapped in the same paper. She bought it. And then every year after that, I made sure that the paper was completely different and was hidden away so she could never find it. So it all turned out well. Anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, all those holidays, whatever holiday you celebrate. I hope it's a great one. Bye-bye.
I think every parent has had one of those. Yeah. We have a daughter whose birthday is Christmas Day. And in one year, she said to me, how come I never get birthday wrapping paper? All her birthday presents were always wrapped in Christmas paper. And then I had to get like birthday paper out.
My cousin Mike's, same thing. Birthday's on the 25th. And that was his biggest complaint, too, as a kid growing up, was that his birthday presents were always wrapped in Christmas wrapping
paper. Well, my mother put the a foot down on our youngest daughter, Moni. She would never let anyone give her a joint present. There were not to be any cards from aunts, uncles, or cousins that said happy birthday and Merry Christmas. She had to have separate presents, and we did her birthday every night at Christmas night after dinner, just like we would for any of the other kids. So when Christmas was over for everyone else, she got this onslaught of presents, and she made out like a bandit because all the aunts and uncles and cousins were there, which you normally maybe probably wouldn't have gotten birthday presents from. So it was a bonus for her.
Good for Monique.
Yeah.
And I love the Santa gifts. That's actually what my husband and I have switched to, because we already have everything. We're going to get it anyway. So we only do stocking presents each year. And that actually was kind of in my marital vows. You had to have two things. You had to be a Cornhusker football fan. And you have to fill a stocking for me.
You have to fill a stocking. Okay, that's not a bad request. Sometimes good things come in small packages.
Exactly.
I like it.
So our next guide is your best friend, Carol Thompson, our New Jersey guide. Let's hear what Carol's tradition
I can
is.
guess.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carol Thompson, and I'm your New Jersey guide. And I've been asked to talk about a holiday tradition. And we have a holiday tradition here that is on Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Eve, you might get a hint on what it will be. On Christmas Eve, we're allowed to open one gift. And that gift is always pajamas. I wanted everybody to look, all Christmassy, Christmas morning when they came running down the stairs, and we've got our cameras to the ready. So I started that with my kids a long time ago. And last year, I actually treated myself to this bath. And I'm getting ready with my new shirt this year. So we'll see what kind of rest of the ensemble I'll have for Christmas morning. But I wanted to say Merry Christmas, and I hope everybody's having a happy, healthy holiday.
Okay, that was not my guess for Carol. The pajama thing is a great tradition. Carol and her family go out the day after Thanksgiving every year and cut down a live tree. So her husband and kids and grandkids, they all meet at the same place, Christmas Tree Farm. They pick out a tree and they bring it home and they set it up and they eat all the turkey leftovers. I thought that's what she was going to say.
That's a big tradition here in the Black Hills because we are surrounded by national forests. So for $10, you can get a tree harvesting little permit that lets you go out and cut down your Christmas tree. So
our guide Bonnie got a tree from a state park in New Mexico last year, and it was like a Charlie Brown tree, crazy bright. It was so pretty for $10.
Yep, $10.
I like
that. So before we continue on, we got to say another quick sponsor message. This time from our friends at Leppert, Curt Manufacturing.
Make it a trip to remember and leave your worries behind. The Rockerball Trailer Ball is built to get you and your loved ones there comfortably and safely. Its dynamic cushion technology is proven to reduce jerking, jarring, and road noise, giving you the control and confidence to enjoy every mile along the way. Pass on the spirit of adventure with a Curt Rockerball.
Thank you so much, Leppert. We really appreciate your sponsorship of the Girl Camper podcast. We could not be doing these episodes without you. And we look forward to what 2025 is going to bring for us. So let's go on to our next guide, which is actually Tracey Stieb, our Michigan guide.
Michigan's Tracey.
Hi, Girl Campers. I'm Tracey. I'm the Michigan Girl Guide, and we are here to talk about one of my favorite holiday traditions. Look around me. One of mine is doing Operation Good Cheer with all of my friends here in the office. For about the past 10 years, we have filled wish lists for children in foster care in Michigan, and it is honestly one of my favorite days of the entire year. Today, we're going to take all of these gifts, load them in cars, and drop them off at the local airport, where they will be flown by volunteer pilots across the state to make sure that children in foster care have a wonderful holiday. I'm looking forward to finding out what you have for your favorite tradition. Thanks.
I love that one.
Me too.
Such a heart of gold and a heart for service. And, they do that on Hold You Foundation too. And I know that means so much to families. I mean, their kids are looking at TV. They know Christmas for some kids is not the same. So giving those gifts is so important.
Yeah, I just think that's amazing. And that local pilots fly it around the state. That just takes it to a whole nother level.
Right. Oh, love that.
I do too. We'll put a link to that charity in our show notes. So in case you want to donate to it for next year, because I think that's really cool. That's what Christmas is all about.
Right. I love beautiful tradition.
Yeah. So our next guide is our Girl Camper Nebraska guide, Mary Byrne.
This is going to be funny because everything that comes out of Mary's mouth is funny. So it's probably a gag or a prank.
We'll see.
From the mystical, magical world of Elf on the Shelf comes a new Christmas tradition. Squatch on the watch. Yes. With a little bit of water, you can grow your own Sasquatch so that he can watch all year long to know if you're good or bad. From the great state of Nebraska and your Nebraska Girl Camper Guide, I wish you a very Merry Christmas.
Knew Mary wasn't going to have I don't know, cookies and milk laid out for Santa. She cracks me up.
Nope. And of course, it has to be Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Because she knows I am terrified of Bigfoot. So
It's one for you.
yeah, I know. She probably, I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, he is my childhood terror. So
Yeah. Because anyone wants a scary monster at Christmas.
our next one is from Lesa Dempsey, our Southeast Texas guide. And I'm sure this is going to be a good one too.
Happy holidays, Girl Campers. I'm Lesa Dempsey. I am your Southeast Texas guide, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about one of my favorite holiday traditions. Now, food is a huge part of our holidays here in the Dempsey household. We spend weeks planning things and getting our menus together. But there's one thing that we look forward to every year, and this started as a tradition when I was a little girl. So my origins are Southern California, out in the Hollywood Hills, Glendale to be exact. And that's where my parents and my grandparents are from, and I still have a lot of family out there. So one of the things that we would do on a regular basis was go to a special candy store. Some of you may be familiar with this, and it is C's Candies. If you're not familiar with it, look it up. But here in Texas, we can't get it on a regular basis, at least in Houston. There are a couple places you can still get them in Texas. So if you're out in Dallas, you can go to North Park. There's still a C's Candy shop. But we look forward to getting this every December because we can get it shipped to the house. It's something that all of our kids really enjoy. My favorite, let's see if this is a brand new box. This is the box that we just have for our holidays coming up. Wonderful. It's Mrs. C's, over 100 years. This actually started with my great-grandmother. So we're actually on our 6th generation of enjoying C's chocolates. Let's see if I can find it. I know actually all of them by their shape and what they are after all these years. This is my favorite. It's a Scotch mallow. It is caramel with marshmallow covered in dark chocolate. If you're not a dark chocolate fan, you could get them in milk chocolate, but it's not quite the same. The other favorite that I have happens to not be in this box. It is in a separate box that my son has confiscated, and that is the molasses chips. They are wonderful. So this will be gone shortly. We do usually get huge boxes of them delivered for the holidays, and everybody loves them. So this will be something that we will pick, kind of our chocolate advent calendar for the holidays as we get our See's chocolate. And that is one of my very favorite holiday traditions in the Dempsey household.
Yeah. Do you have See's chocolates by you?
We don't have them by me, but you know what's funny? I did not know until hearing this. I, for some reason, thought Mrs. C's was a Nebraska tradition because they always had a Mrs. C store in Nebraska Furniture Mart. Anybody who's from Nebraska is familiar with Nebraska Furniture Mart. It's like the world's largest furniture store, or used to be. So I always thought that was a Nebraska thing. I
thought it was a Colorado thing because Rick's mom used to go to his sister in Colorado for Christmas and always bring us home a box of See's chocolates.
I love their toffee, their chocolate covered toffee.
And I love the maple walnut nougat with the dark chocolate on it. I love all candy. There's no candy they make I don't love, but yeah, those are very good.
This is why we are friends too.
You and I and sugar are no go.
Yeah.
You would never be my accountability partner if I was going off sugar.
Oh, no. No, it would be terrible.
No, that would be so bad. You and I can pack away Halloween candy like no one you ever read about. And when we're traveling together, get in a hotel room, and there's candy everywhere. It's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like at Halloween because you've got, the candy pumpkins, the candy corn. I mean, come on, those are vegetables.
Yes, yeah. In our world.
Those are vegetables. All right, our final guide is our Arizona guide, Larie Dowdy. Let's hear what Larie's tradition is.
Hi, girl campers. My name is Larie Dowdy, and I'm your Girl Camper Arizona State Guide, and I wanted to share a little family tradition that we started several years ago while camping in July. So here in Arizona, it gets brutally hot in July. We're 115 degrees plus, and we all travel north up to the Flagstaff area, the higher elevation, the woods. We get those midday rainstorms. It's just wonderful. So every July, we have a camping time that we pick for our family and friends, and we all go and we do a holiday Christmas in July. So one year, several years ago, I was packing up the tree, and I found this guy, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, like my hat. By the way, I got this from a member. I won it at an auction for the Hold You Foundation. Wonderful cause that Girl Camper helps to promote, and a wonderful, beautiful member knitted this wonderful hat, and I love it so much. Anyway, back to my story. So I found this Sasquatch in the tree, and nobody claimed him. So now what we do for the family tradition is the person that finds him hides him in the tree the next year and brings a camping gift for the person that finds him. So I did get my camping gift, and I will be hiding him. Maybe we'll have a part 2 to the video so that you can see where he was hidden and who won what. Anyway, that's our holiday tradition that we started several years ago. I just wanted to share it. I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I can't wait to see you by the campfire. Bye.
Oh, Larie, so cute. You're getting bombed with the Sasquatches, huh?
Sasquatches.
The Sasquatch. I got this hat from Bonnie. Bonnie Shafto. It is my Christmas hat, but that was super cute. The Christmas in July up in the mountains. I love that idea.
That is really fun. It's been so fun seeing what our different guides do for their holiday traditions.
And I was wondering, because I didn't see any of them till now, if it would be kind of like regional things, but not really. It's just kind of more rooted in your family traditions. And I like this idea that it carries on for generations and generations. I have 3 kids who don't even put up a tree. So I don't know how that's going to go. My daughter has cats and they'll climb them. My son has a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, and they can't manage that. And my youngest lives in a shared apartment with lots of people, and trees are not an option. So
Yeah.
those traditions. I get to keep their ornaments though.
Yeah, we can no longer do a tree there because we have cats.
Because you live in kitty heaven.
We do live in kitty heaven. So.
It's worth it.
This has been so much fun to do and to hear everybody's traditions and your traditions. And I really wish everyone a very Merry Christmas.
Very merry. And Happy New Year from all of us at Girl Camper, from our RV, hammock, rented cabin, back of the truck, car camper to yours. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, especially on this Christmas Eve. We love you all and can't wait to see what 2025 brings.
So much. Happy New Year.